Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope all is well. Do you have Coleus plants in your garden? In this video I want to show you how to grow Coleus from seed. What types of Coleus I grow and what care Coleus need. I will also share information on whether Coleus seedlings are easy to grow. How to propagate Coleus at home, and whether pruning is necessary for Coleus. You are ready? Let's go! Coleus is a genus of annual or perennial herbs or shrubs, sometimes succulent, sometimes with a fleshy or tuberous rootstock, found in the Old World tropics and subtropics. Coleus are cultivated as ornamental plants, particularly Coleus scutellurioides, which is popular as a garden plant for its brightly colored foliage. Coleus scutellurioides, commonly known as Coleus, is a species of flowering plant in the family Lamiaceae, the mint or dead nettle family, native to Southeast Asia through to Australia. Typically growing to 60 to 75 centimeters, 24 to 30 in tall and wide. It is a bushy, woody-based evergreen perennial, widely grown for the highly decorative variegated leaves found in cultivated varieties. The synonyms Coleus blumei, Plectranthus scutellurioides and Solenistemon scutellurioides are also widely used for this species. In Cultivars of Coleus, the leaves can have a wide variety of colors, for example, include one or more shades of green, white, cream, yellow, pink, red, maroon and even deep purple. Dark purple Coleus varieties produce an excess amount of anthocyanins, so they are clearly deficient in chlorophyll. Because of this, such Coleus grow very poorly. Botanists and breeders are constantly creating new varieties with different leaf shapes and color combinations. How to grow Coleus, growing from seeds and cuttings. Coleus is a wonderful openwork plant for garden decoration. They are resistant to heat, but in the sun in subtropical areas they feel worse than in the shade. In my hardiness zone 5B, Coleus can be grown as an annual plant from seed or using cuttings for propagation. In areas without freezing temperatures, plants can usually be kept as perennials with good care. Coleus seedlings. I prefer to sow Coleus seeds every year for seedlings, as the plants are not hardy and become leggy with age. The first Coleus seedlings appear about a week after sowing. The temperature for seed germination is 20 to 25 degrees Celsius or 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. As soon as the first shoots appear, the air temperature should be lowered by 5 degrees and lighting should be provided around the clock for at least 2 weeks so that young plants do not become long-legged. After about 3 to 4 weeks, you can transplant the plants into larger pots. Coleus care. Is Coleus easy to care for? When grown, Coleus grow well in moist, well-drained soil. After transplanting, I always feed Coleus with an aqueous solution of a complex fertilizer with plenty of phosphorus to stimulate root growth. Coleus are unpretentious ornamental plants. In my garden, Coleus grow almost every year and are usually 0.5 meters, 1.6 feet, high, although some may be smaller or larger. Plants with dark purple leaves are usually small, while plants with green, yellow leaves, with some red can reach 0.7 to 1 meter, 2.3 to 3.3 feet. In bright and hot places, plant colors are usually more intense in shade than in full sun, and plants require less water there. Coleus can also be low-maintenance houseplants. If you don't like growing seedlings, Coleus can be propagated by cutting off part of the stem just below the leaves and placing the stem in water to root. How to choose a Coleus in a garden store. If the plant is healthy, its leaves have a bright color and an elastic shape. Remove the plant from the pot and inspect the roots. They should look healthy, with no signs of decay. Is it possible to grow Coleus in a flower bed in the garden? I want to talk about my experience of growing Coleus in the garden. In a garden in a flower bed, Coleus grow much better than in a pot. I plant young plants in the garden as soon as the threat of spring frost has passed. This usually happens in the first decade of May. In autumn, at the end of September, plants can be removed from the flower bed and planted again in a pot. Also, autumn is a good time to propagate Coleus cuttings. You can cut cuttings and root in water, and leave old plants in the garden. Does Coleus bloom? Coleus pruning. Yes, Coleus blooms in late summer, but the flower stalks look unpresentable, so they are often cut back for a neater look. In addition, seeds are formed after flowering, which weaken the plant. If you decide to collect Coleus seeds, flower stalks can be left uncut. But young inflorescences can be removed to keep the plants more compact. Well, that seems to be all for today. I hope this video was useful and interesting for you. Thanks for taking the time to view. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and thumbs up below the video. This is very important for the development of the channel. See you soon.